Good morning, everybody. Welcome into Farm Cooking with Nan. Today's just a baking day for me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one box of this is by Pillsbury, Zero Sugar Moisture Supreme Devil's Food. Nope, cake mix. And listen, if you don't want to use this, use regular chocolate cake mix, okay? But be sure to get one that's got at least 15 ounces in it. 15.25 is perfect. Pillsbury has one that is 15.25. So, but I'm just going to use this one to keep it just a little bit lighter. We're going to be making cookies today. And it's like a copycat of a crumble cookie from what I hear. So I'm trying, I love to try to recreate the crumble cookie things. I did a strawberry one time and just loved it. I'm going to put a half a cup of this. It's vegetable oil, okay? That's what the recipe called for, vegetable oil. So a half a cup of that. And I'm going to use 2 eggs. And I'm going to tell you something. If you say, okay, Nan, I want to make it lighter. Well, for one thing, if you want to make it lighter, do use the Pillsbury Zero chocolate cake mix. And then, if you don't want to put eggs in it, which I like the protein, but if you don't want to put eggs, all you need to do is use a half a cup of unsweetened applesauce in the place of that, okay? This is going to be a thick batter. We're making a cookie dough. So it's going to be thick. I have to use it like this because of my hands giving me a hard time. You want to mix it real good. You want to make sure there's none of the powder left in the bowl. Like my mama, I have to get it up against my belly in order to feel like I'm getting somewhere with it. You just want to mix that up real good. And like I said, if you don't want to use the eggs, which I do because that's protein, and I'm trying to get protein in my diet with the diabetes. So you can just use 1/2 cup of unsweetened cocoa. Now, you don't want to over mix this. So all of it, this is what it's going to look like. Now, I'm going to stick that right down in there so it don't mess up my counter. Now I've got a baking pan here, baking cookie sheet or whatever, and I'm going to make these big cookies, okay? Because crumble cookies are big, and I'm gonna tell you, my Upsy guy came a few minutes ago, and he said, I always go out. I said, I know that man thinks to himself, does that woman ever not have an apron on? I think it's funny. And he said, are you cooking? And I said, no, I'm making fudge. I'm baking today. I'm baking and making fudge. And he said, oh, okay. Well, do you sell it? I said, no, honey, I don't sell it. And I said, you come back by on Thursday and I'll have you some fudge made. So bless his heart. I might add just a little bit more to these, but it's always good in the season to give your carriers and stuff like that. Make something good for them. I don't know, I may save a cookie for him. And, a cookie or two, and I might end up, I've just got through making some peanut butter fudge. So, just make up a little to-go package. You're going to see some desserts and stuff that you're going to say, Nan. But you got to realize I have family that are not diabetic. So I'm going to be making things that they can eat. And my son-in-law, if Brent finds out that I am, that I've got something that's low calorie or low carb or whatever, he won't touch it. I have to sneak it in on him, and not tell him before he will try it. And then I'll say, well, what do you think about that? And he'll say, why? It's like, well, just wanted to know if it tastes pretty good. And then I'll look at him and say, oh, well, honey, it's low carb. And he just has a meltdown. Oh, I think it's funny myself. This made 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think in the recipe I saw it made 8, but maybe I got them a little bit too big or whatever. But I'm not going to be probably able to get them all on one sheet. I'm going to flatten them out a little bit so that they spread out a little bit better, like a hockey puck. Look at there. You know, that's what we're going to do. And then I'll show you what we're going to make while these are in the oven. I've got my oven just preheated. I heard it. It preheated to 350. That one seems a little bit small. But you know, if I can make it just a little bit lighter, why not? You know, just using that 0 sugar, it works for me. Now, please, if you don't have a problem, make it with just make it with regular cake mix, okay? Just chocolate. Just be sure to get one that is 15.24 or 15 ounce. It really does mean a difference in this recipe. Okay, I'm gonna pop these in the oven, and we're probably gonna leave them in there for around 12 minutes. I'm gonna watch them. Turn the light on, 44, and we'll be back. Okay, while we're waiting those few minutes before my cookies come out, we needed 10 ounces. Spray your measuring cup before you put your peanut butter in it. 10 ounces of, this is just Jif peanut butter. And it comes out clean. You'll just spray your thing. Now, the next thing we're going to do, I need I'm just using cream cheese. You can use vanilla. You can use whatever, you know, as long as it's vanilla, cream cheese, or one of the it has to be this neutral one, you know. It can just be vanilla, and that'll be good. Okay, I need about 10 ounces. 10 ounces of peanut butter, 10 ounces of this. I'm going to, let's see. I'm just going to grab this. And if this is 16 ounces, I just need about a cup. A little bit more than a cup. That will probably do right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this up. You want it to be very creamy. Don't melt this in the microwave. Not this one. Don't melt this in the microwave. Just use your spatula and get this all mixed up. Make sure there's no white anywhere left in it. Willow's gonna love this. She put in an order for chocolate and peanut butter, and that's what this is. It's almost, and don't get on me, please. But I know some people call this Buckeye cookies. You know, it's all right with me. They want to call it Buckeye. It's all mixed up there. Look, no white left. Just gonna set this to the side and check in on my cookies. I've got about one more minute, 2 more minutes, and we'll be ready to put these in. Okay, I've already taken the one out of the oven, and here is the last 3. And I'm going to tell y'all something. This is what I'm going to do. to help flatten out your cookies, all you have to do is give them a, uh-oh, I hit it with my thing there. I don't want to hurt them at all, but if you just drop them a couple of times, and then I'm going to let them cool. I'm going to show you my pan's, this one's still warm, but listen, if you want to, see, I bumped this one a couple times. If you want bigger cookies, the last crumble cookies, well, not really, the COPYCAT. The last ones I made were so big that it took 2 people to eat them. So that's why I'm not making them as big. And I used a large ice cream scoop, if you're wanting to know. Okay, now I'm going to keep setting these over there. They're almost cool, but I'm just going to let these cool off for me and turn off my oven. Let out that good warm air in my house. And then I'm going to make the top part. Now this is the peanut butter part. I just washed all my dishes and put them down in here in my drainer. Hang on a minute. Let me dry this off. I don't want it to be wet. But I'm going to take this and I'm going to make the top part of this cookie. Now this is a simple cookie, young'uns. This is very simple cookie. I'm going to dry it. Just make sure there ain't no water that's going to get mixed in with my peanut butter part. Now I'm going to divide this that I just mixed up into, I have 9 cookies. So I'm going to divide this into 9 parts, okay? Just lay that down there. I'm going to start out with just getting 9 scoops out, okay? 9 large scoops. That way I know I am making them all about the same size. That's 4, 5, 6, 7. This should be just about like enough for 9. Maybe just a little bit extra. Yeah, there's a little bit extra. I'll put just a little bit more in that one. All I'm going to do is take one of these. Now this one I made a little bit bigger. And I'm going to pat it just like a baby's bottom. How about that? And I'm just going to lay it down here. And thank you, Miss Charlene. This little pastry thing is so neat. All you have to do is you can just wipe it off, and it's just so, you want to shape it like your cookie. Put a little bit more in this one. Which one looks small? That one looks smaller. We're going to form these up. This is almost like, now make this while your stuff is cold. Put it in the refrigerator after you make that, which it's starting to warm up a little bit. So, you know, I want you to know that it's starting to warm up a little bit. You want to keep it cool while you're making it. Looking for the smaller ones, I don't know. We're just going to make 9 of these. And if you want to, I might put them back on this thing and set them back in the refrigerator till my cookie's totally cool, because you don't want to put this on warm cookies. Isn't that going to be good? A sweet chocolate cookie with this is almost like peanut butter fudge. It is peanut butter fudge to me. So it's getting mighty sticky, and you don't want it to be sticky. So the last one. Here we go. I'm going to set this back in the refrigerator. Just let it firm up just a little bit. And we will be back, and I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, let me tell you what I'm going to do. I've got, this is 0 sugar. My camera is crooked, sorry. This is 0 sugar little Reese's miniature cups, and you can use regular ones. If you're making this regular, just use regular ones. But I'm going to open up about 4 of these, and I'm just going to take my knife and I'm going to chop them up a little bit. Now, the recipe didn't call for this, but you know what? When do I ever do really what the recipe says? Oh, Lordy. This is just right here. It's going to give them a little bit of oomph. Now, that's what I'm going to do. Just take your knife blade and just chop these in little pieces. You need enough for 9 cookies. If you don't want, you know, big pieces, chop it in smaller pieces, crumble it up, whatever you want. If you want to use regular peanut butter Reese cup, you want to use regular Reese's cups, go right ahead. I have these and had never used them. I've had them for a long time. I say a long time. I've had them for a couple months, 2 months. Since I've had diabetes, I ordered some stuff right off the bat just to cook with or bake with or whatever. There's a piece that's too big. But I was just going to say, I'll move that down there. Move it down there. I had to put my big batch back into the oven. I just felt like they were a little bit too soft in the center. So I put them back into the center just for about 4 or 5 more minutes. So in my oven, I'm gonna drop these to help flatten them out a little bit. But in my oven, it just is, it takes a good 16 minutes in my oven. Now, everybody's oven runs different, you know. But here is some of the cookies that are totally clean. I mean, clean or totally cooled. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna grab my, I'd set this back in the refrigerator so I would have it ready to go whenever we needed it, when we were ready for it. Okay, these are pretty good sized. That's a lot of Buckeye there, isn't it? These are just supposed to fit on here like this. And then all I'm going to do is take a few pieces of the cookie and put it on top. You don't have to put nothing on top, okay? You don't have to put nothing on there. I guess that's why they call them a Buckeye, because the chocolate and the peanut butter together. If you don't know what a Buckeye is, when I was growing up, honey, we always had Buckeye tree. Going up on the farm, we always had some Buckeye trees. Okay, I'm just going to put these on here. Look how pretty. Look how pretty. That's about the biggest Buckeye I've ever seen. Look, young'uns. My other cookies are cooling. Now, I am going to try bite. I mean, it don't matter to me if I try it or not, but I'm going to try a bite for you all. And I'll start on this great big one here we got to have a little piece of that top thing on there. Lord, thank you for this. Don't let it bother my sugar, Lord. I ain't trying to be, you know. In Jesus' name, amen. If you don't make these, you've missed out. They're delicious. They really are. Absolutely delicious. Simple. And the woman that I watched do them, she went to, you know how I call that store, everything's $1, but it's called Dollar Tree. She'd got the cake mix there. She got the peanut butter there. The peanut butter was already in a 10-ounce jar. The icing was already in a 10-ounce container. It's the little containers. This is just a little chocolate one, but one of these. She got the cake mix, the peanut butter, and the frosting there. She got the applesauce there that she used. And I thought, you know, she said she had 8 cookies and she used made $7 and something for 8 cookies. You know, if you went to Crumble, I don't know if you'll get one for $5. That's enough for me. 2 bites. So I'm going to set this back in the refrigerator, and I'm going to let my other cookies completely cool. And then I will get a picture for you all. It's time to make lots of desserts and things like that. Rest my back. And just tell y'all how much I appreciate y'all coming with me every day and spending your time with me. See this little thing? $1.25. They have it in gold and they have it in silver. I'm going to use this for something else. I'm off on something else here now. I'm going to tell y'all something. Do I tell you or do I show you? I think I'll just show you, okay? I'll just show you in another video because I'm going off on chasing another rabbit. But I appreciate y'all watching. I love yous from deep within my heart. I pray for yous every single day. I want yous to know how much that God loves you. Don't ever forget that no matter what, when you think nobody in the world loves you, when you're alone during a Christmas season, Thanksgiving season, you say, I don't have any family. I don't have anybody to spend Thanksgiving with or Christmas with. Be sure and remember, don't let it slip your mind. I was just talking to my friend, Miss Wilma, the other day and was talking about, you remember when Grandpa Jones, that used to be on Hee Haw? He used to do this song, and it was at Christmas time. And he talked about how he asked the good Lord, Lord, would you come by to visit with me? He was all by himself. Well, a child came, and somebody that was lost, and somebody that was in the snow, and somebody that was so cold it needed to be warmed up next to his fireplace. He fed somebody, and at the end of the night he said, Lord, where were you at? I waited and I waited for you. And God said, I came as the child, and you did this for me. And I came as the person that was out in the snow and cold, and you warmed me up. You fed me. All these different people that come, the Lord came as them to his house. He told how many times that he came to him that season just to be with him. So you know what? Don't overlook when we see somebody that's in need. Just a kind word. If you don't have a cent to give them, if you don't have anything to give them, just a kind word is just unbelievable to some people. It's just unbelievable. It blesses their heart just for you to speak to them or to sit down and talk to them a few minutes. Stand there and talk to them a few minutes. Pray for them. I don't know how I got off on that. This season, I guess it's somebody I saw yesterday when I came out of the store. And the Lord gave me the opportunity to witness to them, to love on them, and to witness to them. Don't ever miss that opportunity. When God tells you to stop, when He tells you to do something, obey Him, obey Him. Stop, and God will bless your socks off. And I think to myself, I don't do it for the Lord to bless me, but He does anyway. I just love people, and I love to love on people. I'm going to go, young'uns. And if it's God's will, we will be together again. And if not, you know where I'll be. You know where I'll be. If the Lord takes me out of here, then I'm going home to be with Him. Y'all just come on and meet me up there, okay? I'll see you next time. I love yous. Bye-bye.